Happy Tuesday. I am Akool, astrological author, analyst, researcher and philosopher. Today I have taken a very interesting astrological topic for discussion. The title chosen by me is Saturn's Transit and Unfortunate Events. Hidden Secrets of D30 means Trishamsha chart explained. Saturn transit makes most of us ponder the possible outcome of the transit. This is a big puzzle. Everybody wants to know what would be the outcome of Saturn's transit through a particular zodiac sign. But there is none to show the right path, since most of the astrologers may not know the niche approach that I am going to explain. Please stay engaged with the presentation until the end to know about this research concept, which hardly fails. Please listen carefully. I am going to explain the rule, the incredible transit rule of Saturn. Whenever Saturn is in transit, influence the Rahu-Ketu axis, or Saturn in Trishamsha means D30, either transiting over any of them or through aspect, an unfortunate event is likely to be triggered in the life of the native when Saturn transit over Rahu-Ketu axis or Saturn of Trishamsha chart. But this clue is not enough to know in which area of life Saturn's transit is likely to strike. That we don't know. It can only generate a trigger that there would be an unfortunate event when Saturn transit over Rahu-Ketu axis or Saturn or aspect them. Then there are possibilities of unfortunate event taking place during the period of the transit. After obtaining the cue of the impending unfortunate event from Trishamsha D30 based on Saturn's transit, it needs to be synthesized in the Natal Chart D1 for decoding the kind of unfortunate event, what kind of unfortunate event is going to take place, which I shall demonstrate in a horoscope. So please stay attached until the end. Adding the relevant Varga Chart will be an added advantage for confirmation. I will discuss but would not able to show the relevant Varga Chart. I will discuss about the relevant Varga Chart, but I will show the events, unfortunate events only on the natal horoscope, means birth chart, and on the Trishamsha means D30 chart. Birth horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi. It is in front of all of you and including me. Have a look. You can revisit also this thing, the birth chart. Birth chart is here. I am not describing the birth chart because I am going to explain at least 5 unfortunate events in her life based on Saturn transit, when Saturn influenced her Rahu-Ketu axis and or Saturn, Rahu-Ketu axis or Saturn in her Trishamsha chart. So once I explain an unfortunate event, I will take you back to the birth chart and the Trishamsha chart. Trishamsha horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi. It is in front of all of you and that of me also. It is the Trishamsha chart. I will take you back to the Trishamsha chart whenever I will explain an event. Whenever I will be explaining an event in this presentation. You can take a screenshot also. Details of unfortunate events in Syria team. She lost her mother on 28th February 1936. Saturn was transiting in Aquarius. Please remember, in D30, Saturn was transiting Aquarius over Rahu and Ketu axis and was aspecting Ketu, means it was transiting over Rahu and aspecting Ketu. In D1, Saturn from Aquarius was aspecting Mars, the Maraka 7th Lord, in Leo from 4th house of the mother in Libra. In Dashas D12, I am not going to show the D12. You can cast D12. I have given the birth details. From this, you can cast the D12 also. Any Varga chart you want. In Dashas D12, Saturn was transiting over the 4th lord of the mother, the sun, in the 8th house of Sagittarius and was aspecting Ketu in Virgo. Saturn was also aspecting the Maraka 7th house of the mother from the 4th house of Leo in Aquarius and Mars, the 12th lord of Trishamsha. Where Saturn was transiting at the time of sad demise of her mother, it was transiting in Aquarius. See, it is Aquarius. Please, this thing, I want to narrate one rule. Wherever Rahu-Ketu, in which divisional chart you will find Rahu-Ketu together, you need to pull the Ketu to the opposite sign. Since Rahu-Ketu always move in an axis, 1-7 axis, so it is due to, I think, technical glitch, Rahu-Ketu has been shown together in some divisional chart, and it has been shown together in Trishamsha also. So we will be taking Ketu to the 7th house Leo. Saturn was transiting over Rahu-Ketu axis, giving a clue that some unfortunate event is going to take place during the transit of Saturn through Aquarius. But we are not sure what unfortunate event is likely to take place unless we consult the birth chart and the Dashas and the relevant Varga chart. First you will take clue from the birth chart and then analyze the relevant Varga chart also. But I have not brought the Varga chart here because it will take a lot of space and the presentation will be so lengthy that it will be very difficult. So it is a birth chart. Saturn was transiting in Aquarius. It is the fourth house. From ascendant, it is the fourth house of mother. And you all know the second house is always the death inflicting house. Second and seventh house are the Maraka death inflicting house from a house concerned. From fourth house it is meant for mother, and from mother it is the seventh house, the Maraka seventh house. Saturn from Aquarius was aspecting seventh house from the fourth house of mother and also the second house, that is the Maraka second house from the fourth house of mother. So you have got a clue that we have to consult the Dashas. I have not drawn the Dashas here, but I have narrated her Dashas. Anybody can cast her Dashas based on the birth particulars which are vividly I have given in the horoscope. So we have come to know that something unfortunate with the mother of the native is going to take place. So we shall consult the Dashas, and I have explained the Dashas. Should I repeat it again? I am repeating. In Dashas D12, Saturn was transiting over the fourth lord of the mother, the sun, in the eighth house of Sagittarius, and was aspecting Ketu in Virgo. Saturn was also aspecting the Maraka seventh house of the mother from the fourth house of Leo in Aquarius, and Mars, the 12th lord of Dashas. The second unfortunate event. She lost her husband on 8 September 1960. Saturn was transiting in Sagittarius. In D30, Saturn was transiting in Sagittarius over malefic Mars and was aspecting Rahu in Aquarius. In D1, Rahu-Ketu always make an excess. So aspecting Rahu means aspecting Ketu also. Aspecting the excess, Rahu-Ketu excess. In D1, Saturn was transiting over Venus, the Karaka of spouse in Sagittarius, and was also influencing Rahu and Ketu. In Navamsha, Saturn was transiting over Ketu and was aspecting the seventh house of the spouse in Virgo. Let us see the transit. Please remember, Saturn was transiting in Sagittarius. First D30. It is Sagittarius. It was transiting over malefic Mars, aspecting Rahu-Ketu. means Rahu-Ketu axis. Isn't it? In birth chart, Saturn was transiting over Rahu-Ketu axis, and Venus, the fourth lord, it was transiting over Rahu-Ketu axis, Saturn. She lost her husband during that time, during the transit of Saturn in Sagittarius. From ascendant, the 7th house is Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. The Maraka house from 7th house is Aquarius, being the 2nd house, Maraka 2nd house from the 7th house, and the Cancer being the Maraka 7th house from the 7th house. 7th house is for spouse. See, Saturn from here was aspecting Aquarius, the 2nd house from Sagittarius. The Maraka 2nd house from the 7th house, Aquarius. It was aspecting the Venus, who is the natural Dharakarako. It was transiting over Venus, who is the natural Dharakarako, means the significator of spouse. Third event. Mother, husband, then third unfortunate event. She lost her father on 27 May 1964. Saturn was transiting in Aquarius. In D30, Saturn was transiting over Rahu and was aspecting Ketu. In D1, Saturn was transiting in the 12th house from the 9th house of father in Pisces and was aspecting Aries, the Maraka 2nd house from the 9th house of the father and its lord Mars. Let us first visit her Trishamsha chart. Saturn was transiting in Aquarius at the time of death of her husband. Saturn was transiting over Rahu-Ketu axis. It is the 9th house. Sorry, Rahu-Ketu axis. So we have got a clue that some unfortunate event is likely to take place in our life during the transit of Saturn through Aquarius. Let us visit her birth horoscope. It is Aquarius. From Lagna, Cancer, the 9th house is Pisces. 9th house is Pisces. Saturn was transiting in 12th house from the 9th house, indicating something bad about her father. Saturn was also aspecting the second house, Maraka 2nd house from the 9th house. It is the 9th house Pisces and the 2nd house is Aries. Saturn from Aquarius by its third aspect was aspecting the 2nd house, Maraka 2nd house, Aries, and was aspecting Mars, who is the Maraka 2nd lord. So the birth horoscope confirmed that the unfortunate event will take place for his father, concerning his father. Third event we have explained. Now we will go to the fourth event. She lost her second son, Sanjay Gandhi, on 23rd June 1980. Saturn was transiting in Leo. In D30, Saturn was transiting in Leo over Ketu. I have added a note here also. Note, in the divisional chart where Rahu and Ketu are shown in the same sign, Ketu needs to be brought to the opposite sign of Rahu as per astrological guru Sri Ken Rao, since Rahu-Ketu always move in an opposite axis. In D1, Saturn was transiting over Mars, the natal fifth lord of children, and was aspecting Putra Karaka Jupiter, casting an ominous shadow on her children. In Saptamsha D7, Saturn was transiting over Ketu and the Moon, the Lagna Lord and the Maraka 7th Lord, from the 7th house of the second child. The second child must be seen from the 7th house, since the third house of the younger sibling from the 5th house of the first child. Let us revisit her Trishamsha chart to enable me to show you the transit of Saturn. Saturn was transiting in Leo. When we will bring Ketu, it was transiting over Natal Ketu, over Trishamsha Ketu, means casting something unfortunate to take place with her. Let us take Saturn transit to birth chart. Saturn was transiting over Mars, who is the fifth lord, from Cancer sign, and was aspecting by his 10th aspect Jupiter, who is the natural Putra Karaka. So we have got the clue, something bad and unfortunate is going to happen with her children, which will be confirmed by the Saptamsha chart, means D7. Let us now search for the fourth unfortunate event. She was thrown out of power in March 1977. Saturn retrograde was transiting in Cancer. In D30, Saturn from Cancer was aspecting Saturn in Capricorn, indicating an unfortunate event. Now, by taking the clue of an impending unfortunate event, when we analyze the Saturn transit in D1, we find that Saturn was transiting over the natal Saturn and was aspecting the 10th house of Aries, indicating that the unfortunate event would be related to the profession of the native, which exactly happened to her. She was thrown out of power after 10 years of rule. In her Dashamsha D10, Saturn was transiting over Venus, the malefic 6th and 11th lord, from the Dashamsha Lagna in Sagittarius, was aspecting Ketu in Virga, and the 5th house of Aries and the 5th lord Mars. The 5th house is the malefic 8th house from the 10th house of profession, thereby announcing a brief intermission in her professional career since she got restoration of the kingdom in January 1980 after egress of Saturn from Cancer. Let us visit her Trishamsha chart. Saturn was transiting in Cancer, from which it was expecting Trishamsha Saturn, so indicating an unfortunate event. Please remember the rule. We have explained in the rule that when Saturn, transiting Saturn, influences the Trishamsha Saturn or Trishamsha Rahu-Ketu, an unfortunate event mostly takes place in the life of the native. So we have taken a clue from here, then some unfortunate event is going to take place in our life. Let us revisit her birth horoscope, taking the Saturn transit to Cancer. Saturn was transiting in Cancer when she was divested from the power, when she was replaced from the power by Morarji Desai in March 1977. Saturn was transiting over natal Saturn, so some major event was indicated from here, but we are unaware what type of major event is going to take place, whether it is an fortunate event or an unfortunate event. Let us analyze. Saturn from Cancer was aspecting Moon, the Lagna Lord, and the 10th house Aries. 10th house Aries. 10th house is the house of profession. 10th house is the house of profession. So we have got somehow a picture that something unfortunate with his profession is likely to take place. Moreover, Saturn was transiting in the 12th house from the 10th Lord Mars. Mars is the 10th Lord. It was transiting in 12th house from Mars. So the birth horoscope threw the light that this time the unfortunate event would be relating to our profession, and that exactly happened. Now see the narration. What I narrated about in detail I have not shown here because it will be too lengthy. In Dashamsha detail, Saturn was transiting over Venus, the malefic 6th and the 11th Lord, from Dashamsha Lagna in Sagittarius. Her Dashamsha Lagna is Sagittarius, and from Sagittarius, Venus is the Trishadaya 6th and the 11th Lord, most malefic Lord, and Saturn was transiting over Venus in Cancer. Saturn was also aspecting Ketu in Virgo. Virgo is her 10th house of D10. Ketu relation has been established in the D10 also. And the 5th house of Aries, when Sagittarius is the Lagna of Dashamsha chart, 5th house becomes the Aries and 5th Lord becomes the Mars. And what is 5th house? If you count from the 10th house, 5th house will be the malefic 8th house. It shows the exit road. It shows the exit route from the profession. That exactly happened to her, though it was like a brief intermission. As soon as Saturn outgressed from Cancer, she get restoration of her status, professional status in January 1980. But it was snatched during transit of Saturn through Sagittarius, through Cancer. For further confirmation, the concurrent dosha must be cross-checked. It is must. I have demonstrated on the horoscopes. How to interpret unfortunate events based on Saturn's transit in Trishamsha, D30, and thereafter linking the transit in the Natal Chart, means D1, and also the relevant Varga Charts for analyzing the nature of likely unfortunate events, the kind of likely unfortunate event that transit Saturn is likely to trigger. If there is any difficulty in understanding the rule or anything about this presentation, you are most welcome to comment, or you can see this video once, twice, thrice, pause the video and note the relevant point, because the narration, horoscope, everything will be in front of you. So I expect there would be no problem. It was a very interesting presentation. If you have liked it, please give a like and subscribe to the channel for such incredible astrological educational video. I am Akool, astrological author, analyst, researcher and philosopher. Thanks for watching.